Thank you. Good afternoon. Let me begin by thanking Chief Moore for serving and protecting the people of Los Angeles for more than 40 years. Over the past year of us working together, I have seen the Chief's passionate commitment to his role in keeping Angelenos safe. Homicides and violent crime are down compared to 2022, and the Chief and I, in a couple of weeks, will do a formal report, and I think Angelenos will hear some good news. In the middle of a national police recruiting crisis, LAPD saw higher recruitment numbers than we'd seen in years. Chief Moore formed a regional retail task force responding to smash and grabs, which have declined since the formation of the group. Now, when you hear about smash and grabs, they usually are happening outside of the city of Los Angeles, a testament to the good work of our chief and our police department. Over the past year, Chief Moore helped us prepare for a hurricane, ensure that Angelenos were safe while the 10 freeway was closed, and assisted in protecting our unhoused neighbors when a serial killer was on the loose. Chief Moore's leadership and legacy, of course, extends past just this last year. He led our department through tumultuous times, a worldwide pandemic in which he implemented creative strategies to combat spiking crime throughout the country. In 2021, when it seemed like there were 3 news stories every night about follow-home robberies, Chief Moore's response helped crack down on the organized aspects of these crimes, and they went way down. Now, his work prior to becoming chief should also be acknowledged and celebrated. Rising through the ranks of police officer, detective, sergeant, and lieutenant, working various patrol, investigative, and administrative assignments before being promoted to department leadership. Over the years, he earned the Medal of Valor, the Police Medal, the Police Star, and more. He has served our city with distinction and has always worked to ensure that Los Angeles was prepared. When I was first sworn in, we spoke about his reappointment, and we talked about the worldwide events looming, excited, like the World Cup in 2026 and the Olympics and Paralympic Games in 2028. And we've actually just secured the World Cup in our region. For a few months, we weren't exactly sure if we were going to get it, but we are, and that's going to come up very, very soon. Chief Moore was the one who warned that we didn't want to be caught flat-footed and that he should not serve his entire second term. When we spoke recently, Chief Moore let me know that his timeline was moving up to spend more time with his family. This means, of course, that the Police Commission will have to appoint an interim chief and a nationwide search will be conducted. Now, because his timeline was moved up, and that was unexpected, I have asked the chief if he would be willing to serve in a consulting capacity to assist an interim chief, and he has graciously accepted, agreeing to stay on contract after he steps down at the end of February. Now, before I turn it over to the chief, I want to make sure that I take a second to acknowledge the chief's family, especially his wife, Cindy, and his daughter, Haley. I know when someone serves in our police department or in any law enforcement agency, it's not just the sacrifice of that one individual. It's the sacrifice of that individual's entire family. So on behalf of Los Angeles, we thank you, Cindy and Haley, for allowing Chief Moore to be away from you for hours and days at a time in service of this city for more than 40 years. So with that, I want to hand it over to Chief Moore.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor Bass. Thank you for your kind remarks and your work in making Los Angeles safer. In your first year in office, you've delivered on the most important promise of your campaign, and that's your unwavering support of the men and women of this department and to improve the safety of Los Angeles. You have time and time again reached out to me and the people of our organization to listen and to learn of the challenges that we face. Today, I am announcing my decision to retire as Chief of Police of this great city, effective at the end of February. It's been my distinct honor and privilege to have served for more than 4 decades on the finest police department in the world. and for the last 5.5 years as chief. Some 6 years ago, when the opportunity to seek the position of chief of police occurred, I was filled with excitement, humility, and a genuine belief that my leadership and ability to serve the people of this great city, as well as the members of this department, were there. The goals I began my tenure as chief of police remain essentially the same today. Build on the successes of my predecessors, Chief Charlie Beck and Chief Bill Bratton, in bolstering public trust, lowering crime, modernizing our technology, and addressing the most pressing concerns of our people, that being the fairness of our disciplinary system and promotions, as well as updating obsolete technology and equipment. No one then could have imagined what our city and my department would face in the years ahead, with an unprecedented combination of challenges and crises unmatched in our lifetime. I'm proud of my leadership and the service over the course of that arduous time. Our people rose to each occasion. They demonstrated professionalism, grace, and grit. During my tenure, I know I've made mistakes and missteps, but I'm also confident that my work has seen success across a broad spectrum of topics, unmatched by any other law enforcement agency in this country. From re-engineering our organization to meet the needs of our community while enduring a historic loss of personnel, to striving to build and bolster our community trust, implementing reforms, including the expansion of the renowned Community Safety Partnership Initiative and other community engagement strategies. Our work under the leadership of the Board of Police Commissioners in the use of force policy reforms and de-escalation of force, to state-of-the-art training and new technology with record financial support of the Los Angeles Police Foundation, to pursuing the expansion of alternative services, to deepening the diversity of our workforce by unprecedented investments in the development of our people, resulting in the making appointments of a variety of firsts and positions across this entire organization. Each of these accomplishments was a result of the work of an incredible team of dedicated professionals who similarly believe that there's no finer law enforcement agency in the world better capable of meeting each moment. To those who believed in me, to those who were patient and of good counsel, to those who allowed me in their lives, and to my critics. While it may not have seemed at the time, each of you have had an impact in my life, and I am grateful. More importantly, to my wife, Cindy, the most important person in my life, who has been by my side thick and thin. I'll be forever grateful and in your debt for your boundless love and devotion, for allowing me to take this path and supporting me in this journey, and in believing me despite my faults and shortcomings. Any success I've enjoyed has absolutely been a result of her love and encouragement. To Haley, who happens to be the center of my life and Cindy's in our world, I just hope I've made her proud. And growing up as a cop's kid calls for a lot of sacrifices and ordeal. Let me collect myself here. Along the way, there's been many times in which she did not get my full attention and my full measure, something I intend to do everything in my power to make up for in the years ahead. Now, I know my announcement today is going to come as a surprise to some, and probably to a few, relief. On that latter point, you don't lead an organization of our size and complexity in such chaotic, stressful circumstances and conditions without having to make difficult and at times controversial decisions. Last year, when the Board of Police Commissioners unanimously voted to grant me a second term, I remarked that I did not intend to stay the entire time. My intention was to provide stability and continuity, to provide Mayor Bass with the time to orient herself to this city and its many challenges and opportunities, along with the election of 5 new council members, a new city attorney, and city controller. Over this last year, Mayor Bass has accomplished much, including her demonstration of her unprecedented support for this department, to rebuild its staffing and provide critical resources needed to make this a safer city. As I approached the end of 2023, I realized what I had set out to do by accepting a second term had been accomplished. Just prior to going to visit my daughter out of state for Christmas, I spoke with Mayor Bass and relayed that upon my return, I'd like to talk with her about my intention to retire in the new year. The time I spent with my family over the holidays only further cemented that decision in my life. Over this last year, our city has experienced a significant reduction in violent crime, building on the success we saw the year before, particularly in homicides and crimes involving houseless individuals. Our people's work in bolstering public trust has shown marked increases from years earlier, and many other strategic initiatives are hitting their stride. Over the second half of last year, recruitment is improving, and a record contract, thank you, Mayor, I believe will continue to improve that circumstance, while also retaining those young officers who previously we've been losing to other agencies. All of these circumstances, coupled with my desire to pull back from the demands of this position and spend more quality time with my family, brought me to the decision I announced today. Now, this decision has not been easy, as my tenure, I hope, demonstrates. In my mind, there's always 1,000 reasons to justify staying on and continue to work with purpose. This is a profession I love, and it's a work I do with a passion. But as the years have accumulated, I've also come to realize that there's more sand in the bottom of my hourglass than there is on the top, and that work I speak of will never actually be done. So I mean to shift my focus to those most important in my life and dedicate my time and my passion to them. For all they've given me, they're deserving. With my announcement today, Mayor Bass now has the ability to search and identify the next chief of police for this great department, who will lead this department through the World Cup and the 2028 Summer Olympics and Paralympic Games. I'm encouraged by Mayor Bass's thoughtful approach, ensuring that search will be nationwide and comprehensive, while also recognizing the amazingly talented leaders within our organization itself. That process, I know, will involve many voices and considerations and will not be done overnight. In the coming weeks, I'm confident that the Board of Police Commissioners, under the leadership of President Earl Suthers, will identify and select a capable individual to serve as an interim chief as they go about their charter responsibilities of identifying the top 3 candidates for the mayor to consider for the appointment as the 58th chief of the Los Angeles Police Department. I stand ready to continue to provide whatever support I can as I begin my next endeavor with Cindy as we move closer to our daughter after 6 years of being apart, to return to our custom of Sunday night dinners and time together, while I'll also reflect with pride on my time with LAPD. Now, to the people of Los Angeles, who I've dedicated more than 4 decades of my life, thank you for your partnership, your support, and your encouragement. To every member of this department, past and present, I'm proud of you and the work you do each day in protecting and serving the people of this great city. I have traveled this world and this great country, and I hold with certainty that there is no one who does it better. There are many challenges and difficulties that remain, but your work to the people of our organization in these past years in the most trying of circumstances has been remarkable, and I am grateful for having the opportunity to tell your story. I'm humbled to have had the privilege to serve as your chief and will forever cherish the challenges and the successes enjoyed while remembering those who we lost in the service of the city. Mm-hmm. In closing, in all of this, I know with certainty that the future of this city is bright. Mm-hmm. And I'll miss sharing it with you, but I also know in my heart that now is the right time. May God bless the men and women of the Los Angeles Police Department. And may God bless the city of Los Angeles. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.